This. Oh, give us a bing, bing, bing. We'll do this podcast.
Fine.
Musical.
Okay.
Les Mis.
Oh, jeez. That's not going to happen.
Try it. This podcast is brought to you and powered by Sunday Cool.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Watch this or listen. She's not even interested.
She didn't care. It's her favorite movie.
I literally sing my heart out, and she just doesn't care.
Good thing she's wearing cowboy boots.
Hey guys, my name is O'Shea, and I work with the Ninjas or Butterflies crew here at Sunday Cool. Now, if you don't mind, I would like you to imagine something with me. Imagine you're in a meadow. It's almost sunset. The sky is full of the most beautiful colors you've ever seen. You hear what sounds like the whispers of love in the air. Love. You look around, and surrounding you are thousands of people. All these people are hugging each other, laughing, smiling, living life in its purest form. You see dudes giving high fives, children playing tug of war, families treasuring one another. Now open your eyes. I want to ask you a question. What were they wearing? You're right, they were wearing shirts. And guess who made those shirts? We did. Here at Sunday Cool. So if you want to be happy and want the war to end, order custom shirts through Sunday Cool. SundayCool.com. Let's go ahead and end this war together.
Clock. Start.
Yes, welcome to the start of the episode. Today we will find intrigue. We will find answers.
Find discovery and
Intrigue.
And the one who murdered my father. I vow to not take another sleep. It was in the middle of the night. He crept in with his tiny feet. He opened the door. And there my father stood. He grabbed a candlestick and pounced upon my father. Ever since that day, that night, I have sought revenge upon the man with little feet.
that was pretty good.
Wow. Was that the song?
We should do
That
an
was.
audiobook.
Dude, honestly, that would be so fun.
I wish I was good enough at piano to
Hey,
pull that off.
if there's an author out there that has like a novel or something, let us do the reading for it.
Please.
Is there a specific genre you want to stick to?
Oh, dude, horror thriller would be so
Yeah.
good.
But then Josh gets really scared while he's reading it.
He's scared by his own twist.
Dude, that'd be such a cool to do a live performance. Have you seen the horror boxes? Like the instrument where they make all the horror film sounds?
Yeah.
But to do like a live reading of one of these stories with somebody
Have you seen
performing that?
It's just me doing the sound effects, but not knowing what
Dude,
comes next.
hold on. I'll let that be my reel. I'll record that.
Have you seen the horror box?
I don't think so, no.
Oh,
Dude.
okay. This will be
Yeah,
fun.
I'll find that.
I don't know if I want to see it.
Wait for it.
I was put into the horror box when I disobeyed as a young child. Back into the horror box.
My mother called it the closet.
There was locks everywhere.
Stay there! Don't remove yourself. Help.
He's coming.
Please. I'm stuck in the horror box. Horror box. Harry Potter, please.
Harry Potter, did you put me in the horror box?
Water. Water.
No, Mr. Dumbledore.
Please.
Professor Dumbledore.
Professor Dumbledore.
Mister.
No, Mr. Dumbledore.
Dude, if Harry Potter was just revamped, but he was just like in Louisiana, would
Wow.
be the funniest thing.
Expecta Patronum. No.
So that eater.
Hey, it was to defend it. I don't know what that was.
That would be great.
He was their friend. No.
Or just like in
It's
New
like
York.
a It was the friend.
He was doing magic here.
It's a whole crux, isn't it? I don't know. I'm messing up all my accents today.
It's beautiful. I want to. That is honestly on my bucket list, is to do voice acting once for something.
That'd be cool.
I do,
But audiobook would.
voices.
Look, I do a great impression of a hot dog.
Oh, how are we?
Very
Wonderful.
good.
Mondays, am I right?
Yep.
Mondays.
Not as good as you. Not doing as good as you, Mr. New Haircut.
Oh, this?
Uh-oh.
Oh, this old thing?
Did you notice?
Why'd you say uh-oh?
Did you notice?
Because I know you guys are going to be mean about it, and I love it. I love it.
Oh, this?
We got to tell the story later.
Oh, this?
Oh, this old thing?
Yep. I got it trimmed and dyed blonde.
Yes, you did.
And the story of how it happened was not as fun.
You can tell it later.
We can tell it now.
You want to tell now?
Yeah.
Please.
Okay.
Tell us now.
I went to a salon. Is it a salon?
Yeah, Pure Veda Salon Spa.
I didn't want to drop the name because it's more embarrassing that way.
A guy place to get his haircut.
Anyways, the hairdresser, I thought you were going to continue.
What'd you tell him? What kind of hair style did you want? What was the name of it?
I'm not going to say.
Can I say
No,
it
I
then?
didn't say this is what I wanted.
Well,
Andy.
they knew what you knew what you wanted.
Start by saying that you love what you have.
I love what I have.
Which is a balayage.
I didn't ask for that. I just said a trim and dye it blonde.
Listen, I don't even know what a balayage is.
It's a healthier alternative to highlights.
But I can
this.
tell you, it doesn't sound manly.
Dude, punch him in his head.
Anyways, I went there. And it was a friend from high school named Bailey. She's great at what she does.
Very
Shout out
talented. Very talented.
Walk
Balayage
in
Bailey
there.
is what they call her.
It's been 3 years since I've gotten a haircut.
Yeah.
I walk in. First thing I see when I walk in is my mother getting a haircut.
Already sat down.
I said, oh man, is this how the day's gonna go?
This couldn't possibly get worse.
Sat down, got the whole treatment, all the foil in the hair.
Yeah.
My mother leaves.
Just bye, Mom.
In walks my mother-in-law.
Oh, she came to visit you, drop something off?
Nope, also to get a haircut. Kiki Donofrio walks in, laughs at me. At one point, I had to pee so bad, but there was a bunch of foil in my hair. I said,
And you're wearing the thing, too.
the apron. I said,
What color was it? Black?
Black.
it was.
Darn.
I'm like, I have to pee so bad,
Yeah.
but I have to walk across the whole place, down in a hallway to
Yeah.
get to the bathroom. I did it, but I kept my head down. And then I walked out. Kiki saw me again. And she laughed.
Again.
And she said, I gotta get a picture of this. I said, stop. We continue. Trimmed up. And then Bailey decided to blow out all the hair.
Yeah.
What's it called?
A blowout.
A blowout.
Don't act like it's a blah. You know, it's, yeah.
Don't act. I don't know what it's called. Anyways. My hair is looking probably more beautiful than all the women's hair in that place.
I don't doubt it.
But then in walks Clarissa
For marketing.
from marketing. And she says, hey, girl. And I said, shut up. Shut up. I'm dying inside.
That's the best.
She finishes.
She says, should I pop another curl in? And you're like, I'm begging you. Please stop.
I said, stop. And at one point, when she was done, she went, and everyone turned around and looked. And she goes, I'm sorry.
I'm just so excited.
I said, please stop.
Bailey, I'm begging you.
Please.
She should be proud of her work, though. I mean, it's gorgeous.
It's
Yeah,
very gorgeous.
It took 5 hours.
No, it did not.
It took pretty close to 5 hours, dude.
It took 2.5 hours.
It took 3.5.
And when the girls saw you, they said,
3.
Dad. They said, Dad, you're beautiful.
Anyways, she was done and I instantly put on my hat.
Your hair did look crazy, like different whenever you first walked in.
Yep.
Now it's back to its regular curls and stuff. But you look pretty.
Thank you.
And at the end of the day, that's what matters.
That is what matters.
Listen, girl, I love you.
Don't touch me. Anyways, that's it.
That's it. That's my favorite story I've heard in a long time.
That was really difficult. Really difficult.
That was the most sensitive you've been about a certain thing, about making people making fun of you for the longest.
It's already embarrassing to do it. It shouldn't be,
It shouldn't be.
but it is.
That's the thing. It just works.
Why grow your hair out if you're not going to do something cool with it?
That's
Yeah.
true. That's what I've always said.
Yeah.
I've refused to do something cool with my hair. That's why I shave it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why I shave.
Yeah.
Not because I'm going bald.
Yeah.
I have plenty of opportunities to
Yeah. 10 of them.
10 of them.
Do you want a song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you've already played 4 of them while we were here.
Do you want a song though?
Yes, I do want singing.
There is more where that came from. Gulp, 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 gulp.
Oh.
Dad?
All right. Here goes.
Here it goes.
Was my voice changed? No. No.
In your head, dude.
Oh.
I gotta make sure.
Pepto Bismol.
We should balayage beat.
I believe we're ready.
All right.
I believe
Give this a shot. Bear with us, Lil.
Hey, bear with us, everybody. Hold on tight.
We didn't
It's too bright in here.
practice. No, it's not.
It is. Look at how bright the
Correction.
lights are.
No, it's not.
It's probably my hair. That's dumb.
Probably
All
Ninjas
right.
of Butterfly's future.
Okay, let's go.
Count to 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. We are stuck in outer space. Forgot how many days it's been a while. How did Boeing make it to this lonely place?
And I'm scared for my life. That I'll be an alien's wife. A never-ending loop with ends with me screaming every night.
They say the moon needs a trade. For every rocket made, they sacrifice one human, and they won't stop till the dead is paid. I'll be
all alone, away from friends and home, into the great unknown.
I'll stay, leave me in space, protect the human race while you still cause all the.
I'll stay, leave me here in space, protect the human race while they eat my face. Goodbye, goodbye to my face, eaten by the moon men.
Aliens are going to eat my face.
What a disgrace for the human race.
Aliens on the moon.
They'll come eat us soon.
Unless we all be friends and be one.
Till the aliens have all won.
Hug one another.
Hug your mother
Love your friends.
and your pops too.
Thank a neighbor.
Hug a cat.
Eat a dog. No,
Cheat on your taxes.
forget that.
That was so good, dude. That was so good.
Wow.
I don't think people get how good that song was.
No one understands how good that song was.
No one understands how talented we truly are, Josh.
Is this a new record for how far we've gotten into this without starting it?
Yeah, that's why I wanted to tell the story later.
Well,
Balayage.
Can you shout out the guy that you were inspired by?
It's Rono?
Rono beer. I got it right here.
I thought you were
But the
talking.
song's...
dude.
Yeah, skip to halfway through
Yeah.
the...
Just don't want it to get flagged.
All right, cut it. Cut it.
He's
Very
so
good.
So good.
What is that? What is
Is it a
that?
sitar?
Sitar. It's like guitar,
Hey.
but
And what's the cover? What's the name of the actual band?
Such Great Heights by
Postal Service,
Postal
right?
Service, yeah.
Postal Service, which I didn't know was Death Cab for Cutie, but I'm like, this guy sounds just like him.
Okay, that's a new revelation for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
I
was
thought-
for me
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I knew that they sounded similar. I just thought they were the same era. You know how everybody kind of sounds
Yeah.
the same from the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah,
thing.
anyways, everyone be quiet. I know we're already 15 minutes into this, but it was needed for us to spend this time for me to reflect on even how to ask this question. And I know this question has brought up a lot of concern and fear and some joy for others. But I want us to just come together as friends and just work through this question together as one together. So today's question sent in by a viewer. Should we be allowed to eat our pets? There's no reaction from Lily. I thought there was going to be a reaction. Should we be allowed to eat our pets?
I mean, I don't know. I don't understand why she's laughing about it.
I don't
but
know. I don't understand
I
either.
would say it's without a doubt, yes, we should. Yeah, I think it's within our human rights. I think it's for health reasons. I think for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
we need to.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think if we want to live, we should.
Yeah, I don't think it should be our last resort either, because I think there are tons of options out there.
Yeah.
But I feel like something that we can, because it's so accessible.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we have to.
Yeah, I agree. We should be able to eat our pets.
Yeah, for sure.
Lil?
Will?
In what circumstance?
No, it's just a yes or no.
I'm torn.
Will?
I think there are circumstances.
Should we
where
be
it's
allowed to
fine.
eat our pets, Lil?
In a normal society where things are operating
Yeah, but-
normally,
Our pets, Lil.
A non-
Our pets.
a non-apocalyptic
Hey,
situation.
We all
It's a
said
yes.
yes. We all said yes.
It's a yes or no. It's a yes or no. Please stop doing this to me.
I don't believe in big government, so I don't think there should be any rules.
Should we be allowed to eat our pets? Are you going to eat your pets?
No, I'm not going to.
I'm sorry. I'm trying not to get mad right now. Because we hold a lot of influence.
We hold a lot of influence.
We're the #1 podcast in the world.
#1 podcast in the world.
And millions of people are listening to you right now.
Millions of
Lily.
people are listening
and
to you
what
right now.
you have to say is no, we shouldn't be eating our pets. Because everyone on this planet knows what PET stands for. Right, Josh?
Obviously, Lily, PET stands for protein, electrolytes, turmeric, and everything sustainable for our body. Pets, Lil.
That's a stretch.
Is it?
We didn't make that up.
It seems like Lily wants for everyone to starve to death.
Sounds
for
like
everyone not to get their nutrients.
Yeah,
To not get their electrolytes.
it's terrible.
Electrolytes.
Yes.
Those two.
And turmeric.
And vegetables?
And vegetables and everything else that sustains our life.
I think it's pronounced turmeric.
So if I'm hearing this right, Andy,
Yeah.
it sounds like Lily wants everyone on Earth to be unhealthy and to maybe, I don't know. I don't want to put words in her mouth, but I'll do that. For everyone to starve to death.
That's exactly what she's saying, Josh. And it's incredibly unfortunate.
That's so unfortunate, Lil, because I thought I knew you better, and I thought you cared for people, and you cared for people that were hungry. But you don't.
You don't.
So I guess you heard it here first.
You heard it all here.
Lily wants people to go hungry and to be unhealthy forever.
Yep.
Welcome to the show.
Did I say ninja? I meant butterfly. The butterfly is no doubt one of God's most beautiful creations.
I said empty your mind.
You learn martial arts! Ninjas attack!
So my buddy Josh Brennan,
Yeah.
he owns a company called ServPro Lake County.
ServPro Lake County. What do they do?
They do a bunch of stuff.
They clean up dead bodies. They clean up fires. They clean up mold.
But what they did,
in that order.
but what they did for us, Dutch has peed on this nice rug that I bought.
From this sweet old lady.
Did it really
From a
tie the room
very-
together?
It really did.
Okay.
And he peed on it at least 50 times,
Maybe a million.
maybe a million.
Yeah.
And ServPro Lake County, Josh asked me, he's like, did you kill someone on this rug? But they cleaned it.
Yeah.
It took them like 2 weeks to clean it.
They said, should we just burn it with fire at one point?
They said it stunk up the whole warehouse.
Oh, no.
And so I said, as a favor, I would ask all of our audience members to go to Google and go to ServPro Lake County and give them 5 stars and say, you are the best rug cleaners people in the biz.
You're a hero.
ServPro?
ServPro.
Okay, we'll put a link in the description.
ServPro
Yeah.
Lake County, because there's a lot of
ServPro Lake County.
campuses.
Yeah.
Cool.
Lake County, Florida.
Yeah.
And
Lake
go
County, Florida.
0 stars all the other ones.
No, don't do that.
And
'cause
accuse them
they're-
of crimes that they have not committed and destroy their reputations.
We can't tell you what to do, but
do one of those things.
5 stars for ServPro Lake County, baby.
Please.
Yes.
Please.
You can even say something like Josh Brennan saved my life.
Yeah.
Jelly Brennan rescued a cat out of a tree for me.
Yeah, the more creative just compliments will reward you through an invisible hug. Invisible hug.
We'll do it with the invisible manifestation.
Indivisible. Indivisible.
Also, if you need a dead body cleaned up or a fire or anything, that's your guy.
Yes.
Yes.
Good to know.
And he'll keep
Or
it
a
on the
flood.
DL too, if you know what I mean.
Obviously, the authorities have to come there first.
Right. Right.
Has he been building bikes again?
Maybe like in his spare time.
Sounds like there's like a biker gang that moved into the neighborhood.
Mm.
I was like who is making all that noise? And I remembered he lives over there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he
also
does.
neighbors with Andrew.
Yes.
Yes, I've never seen him in the neighborhood.
And neighbors at Chili's.
Yes.
Everyone knows where we are now.
Okay, how are we doing, everyone?
Doing pretty
I'm
solid.
Tired, dude. Lila woke me up at 4:45.
I saw Beetlejuice yesterday. That's how I'm doing.
I saw Beetlejuice yesterday. Guys.
Andy, how you doing? I saw Beetlejuice yesterday.
You
Good,
liked
man.
it?
How are you though? It was good. It
Yeah.
was very good. It was so funny.
Was Winona Ryder in it again?
She was incredible. The only person that wasn't in it was the dad, because I think he actually died, and he actually, even if he was alive, I don't think they would have had him on because he's made some mistakes.
Who is it?
But it's pretty good. The dad from the original. But it was super, super good. And I started watching Civil War last night.
Oh.
I'm halfway through Civil War. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what I was expecting. I knew, like,
Well, people like said it was terrible.
yeah, because I think it just the trailers made it seem like, oh, you're going to see how this war starts. It already jumps in, like, California and Texas
Okay.
are already in Florida. Like, they're already away. Like, and so it just captures this girl who's just taking photography and, like, literal, like, shootouts and wars and stuff like that. So it's pretty good.
Was the dad Alec Baldwin? You were unwilling to say his name.
No, it's
Oh.
the other guy. Alec Baldwin was the dead guy. Those people moved on. They're not in the movie. There's no need for them. But it's the redheaded guy from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yeah, the principal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's Beetlejuice?
No.
Oh.
No,
that's
he's not in the
Michael
movie anymore.
Keaton, Dad.
Yeah, Michael Keaton literally was just as perfect as the
Oh,
first
so he was the
Beetlejuice.
same. He was Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
In this one,
Michael Keaton was, yeah.
and he was in the previous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did not know.
But you
that.
haven't seen the
That's
original,
special.
right?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was not allowed.
No, he's a Christian.
That's true. Well, come to the other side. Just for a little bit and watch Beetlejuice. Which I don't know if like seeing Beetlejuice for the first time now would even be effective as it really should be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that.
It's such a 90s, like, I mean, because I know it was made in the 80s, I think.
88.
But it's such a great 90s movie, like, era.
Did
It
you
was
guys
good for
see
the
how
culture.
Bon Jovi saved someone?
Dude, I thought it was a publicity stunt for a second.
What
I
do
was
you
just
mean?
like to promote his new album or
I
something.
haven't seen this.
There was someone on a bridge about to jump.
It was in Nashville, I think. On
Yeah,
the
I think
bridge,
so.
yeah.
And Bon Jovi and his wife came walking up and convinced her to get off the bridge.
Oh my gosh. What an angel.
Yeah, she was on the other side of the railing and everything. And he was on his way to literally go shoot a music video. And just stops and talks with her, and then they pull her across. Yeah.
Do you think that if you were in that situation, you would even recognize who John Bon Jovi was? You'd be talking to me, and I'd be like, "Where are you?"
Heck yeah.
I don't know, but I want to listen to everything you have to say.
Shot to the heart.
And you're too late. Oh, don't jump off this bridge.
Dude, we should do all Bon Jovi songs. That's what we should have done for our song today.
Well, that's really cool. That's spectacular.
Yeah, it was really cool.
You saved
Thanks, John. Mr. Bond.
How to save a life.
Do you think-
Bon Jovi saved a girl from jumping off a bridge. Yeah,
Do you
it
think that's his
was
real
so
name?
cool. Probably.
He was born with that name.
John Bon Jovi. I don't know.
It's a pretty sick name, honestly.
It's a pretty dope name.
Like, if you think about, like, just we're used to it because we've heard it, but, like, hearing that for the very first time, last name is Bon Jovi.
He's just
Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi?
his name's Bon Jovi.
Your name is John Bon Jovi?
I think
Bon
that
John Jovi?
him and Jimmy Buffett are the same person in my head.
What are you talking about? It's completely different. Good catch.
Did you see how
That
far
was
she was gonna-
insane.
I
That
was gonna
insane.
rebound it off the back of the couch and in the trash.
Oh,
can.
were you?
Yes.
Right, that's
You
what I was
kinda
gonna-
interrupted my thing.
I'm gonna throw it and bounce it off that wall. I hope it gets in there. What else has happened since we last filmed?
I went to Disney with Kelsey Danoon. I went to Trader
I'm talking
Joe's.
about in the world,
She's so
Will.
hot.
Talking about within the world.
Um,
We saw the debate.
She is my world. Back off, pal.
Hey, easy. Hey.
we were there with Demi, and we're like, "Let's get a Dole Whip." And Demi was saying, "Let's do it," and we were like, "Let's do it!" And we did that about 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
When eventually Demi's like, got a tear streaming down her face, and she's like, "What's a Dole Whip?" That she had been asking what a Dole Whip was the whole time.
So let's do
Why?
it.
And Kelsey and I were going, "Let's do it!" Like every time she had.
No, I'm begging you. Tell me what a Dole Whip is.
What is a Dole Whip?
I'm saying it to you.
Yeah,
let's do it. It's like, dude, where's my car all over again? That's so funny. She gets very, very hurt whenever when she's misunderstood.
Fair.
Like,
I did
and so
too.
like that. That's I didn't know that.
So
story. That's
funny.
hilarious.
Hey, we had the billionaire do the spacewalk from SpaceX. Yeah, did you? Why were his wrists like this?
Because I don't think they can bend that much with the suits, and so like they took a lot of like.
why this?
Yeah, and it's just like, and the guy was like literally trying to move his arm.
I
and
gotta
stuff.
see it.
And what about the guy that got to see literally a half cast shadow over Earth, right? And then he's like taking his time up there. There's other people behind him. By the time the girl got up, she was in complete darkness.
Oh,
Like there's a video of her just standing out there and you can't even see anything. I'm like, well, that's a bummer.
hey, it pays to be rich.
Yeah, it does. It actually does. It literally does. Yeah.
Is this like what you guys are talking about? That?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just like a T-Rex up in space right now.
What if he was pretending to be a giant T-Rex?
That's been like
So
his
just-
childhood dream.
Yes, I want to be on top of the earth, and I want to be a T-Rex. People said it looks fake.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like anything in space has to look fake at a point.
Yeah. But what was crazy is that this is I believe it's the furthest spacewalk from Earth. So like they were like right on the border of the first Van Allen belt, which is that belt of radiation around Earth.
The firmament, yeah.
Yep. And, but what's so interesting is that they're testing the suits and the instruments because they're like, well, how are we going to get to the moon? Because the Van Allen belts of radiation.
Yeah.
Also, how do we get to the moon in the 60s? We had to go through those also.
They just knew.
They just knew. But I would be like, if I open that thing with the Van Allen belts like right there, I'd be like, I don't know if I want to do this.
Dude,
I'm sure.
The
It's like it's an intense amount of radiation.
yeah.
Like if you were to throw a walkie-talkie through there, it would just go.
That's nuts.
Why
Yeah.
walkie-talkie? Are they sensitive
I don't know,
to
just
radiation?
anything with
So you could hear it.
electronics.
It's the first thing
Oh.
you thought of, okay?
They couldn't just loop around and go pick up those guys on the International Space
That's
Station.
what I was thinking. He's just waving at him.
Yeah, you would think, right?
Yeah.
But what was terrifying too, you see that there's no air capsule.
Yeah.
So like they have to open the front so everyone is exposed to space.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Oh gosh.
not
But
a fan of that.
but that was the
Imagine just
plan.
sitting
Like,
there and
yeah.
just be like, dude, it'd be so
My
scary.
heart would be racing.
He just gets pulled out, and you're like, please come back.
Yeah.
Dude, that's just hilarious. The fact that like we just have billionaires spending money to go and have a trip to space and just to see it while we literally have people trying to
Stuck.
survive in space
I
until
know.
January.
Someone look up what his quote was, because he's just like, the Earth looks like so peaceful from up here, or like there's no.
Whose quote?
The billionaire that did the SpaceX.
His name's
walk.
like Isaacson, something Isaacson.
A rich name.
Jared.
Typical Isaac.
Isaac Richie Rich.
Yeah, for real, Mr. Moneybags. We get it.
Or Lauren.
You're a billionaire.
He said something like the Earth, it seems like there's no problems or there's no troubles or something.
Dude, if you're 30 and you're not a billionaire by now,
What are you doing?
Hey guys, so we're starting a course.
Ninjas and Butterflies course.
I love those the memes where it's got like the Wolf of Wall Street guys, and it's like, if your circle of friends isn't talking about this, that,
The economic state of the world, then you need to get new friends.
networking.
Is it Jared Isaacman?
Yeah.
Okay, he said, back home we have a lot of work to do, but from here, Earth sure looks like a perfect world.
Oh, that's actually
He
beautifully
wrote that
put.
He wrote that before you go.
Oh, 1,000%.
You think like all those people that like
Yeah.
plan those like it always seems like as soon as they win, like you have like what's his face from the Boston Celtics. He was like, anything is possible, and it became this huge thing. And it's like, you wrote that.
Yeah, he worked on that for
like,
months before that.
anything is possible.
Okay,
we should probably, like, in preparation for our moment, be preparing some slogans.
Yeah.
Like,
We
you
need
know what I mean?
we should all come next week and we figure out the circumstance.
Yeah,
Like,
what's a
we get
couple
elected.
scenarios?
If we were to walk on the moon, what would be the first things that we
Yeah.
said?
I was
we know
gonna
it's
say
going
an
down in
answer right
history.
now.
Huh?
The capsule's opening.
Okay.
What are you saying?
I'll go.
He's running by again.
I'll go.
Beep boop bop boop.
Looks pretty sick.
That's it.
That's it.
Dude.
I think I would want to do something that has like a lot of lore with it. Be like, what's that? What's that?
Yeah. Help! They're coming!
Dear God, no.
Look out!
Dude, the intrusive thought to open that thing and just to be like, because they didn't have anything attached to them. The intrusive thought of just going. I probably just would have done it because it's like I should have never been in that situation to begin with. And so like what like I couldn't I'm like I got to think of something to say and then I'm like this is funnier and then just go no. I'm going to go save the International Space Station astronauts.
But you're a million miles away.
I don't know if it's this year or coming up within the next couple of years, but apparently NASA's planning on doing a rocket to the south pole of the moon with astronauts.
Whoa, don't.
So no man has walked on the south pole of
Right,
the
India.
moon. No,
They didn't have
they had a rover.
It was unmanned, yeah.
Yeah. But they said that there's just a lot of crazy stuff down there.
Wanhu. Wanhu's craters down there.
Oh,
Wanhu.
oh yes, yes.
Yeah, dude.
Yes, it is.
When and who?
But they're saying that the South Pole, like the way the sun works is like it's either always lit up or always dark. So like it just like kind of circles like that.
So it's like Alaska or something, or like Antarctica or whatever.
Yeah, but they're saying like the shadows are going to be just like it's going to mess with their mind of like depth perception and stuff like that.
Everything's got to. I mean, it's all new.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what literally Elon Musk is wanting to do, right? He wants to colonize the moon and colonize Mars.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. We had our first commercial flight, and it's just like not a thing. It's not a big deal. Like it just happened over the weekend.
Yeah.
That's
See,
crazy.
Dude, he wants to colonize Mars, but I can't even watch Breaking Bad because it's all just orange.
What do you mean?
Just the
It's not
aesthetic.
all just orange. Stop
I'm just
it.
saying,
Like
like-
only
like-
their Mexican shots. All right. Anytime they're in Mexico,
I'm just saying
That's
I have
what they
like
do.
no desire to even watch that show because of how it looks. So
Because of
there's
the
not
aesthetics.
there's not
Because
a
it's literally
chance
just rated the #1 show of all time. That's why.
Nobody said that.
based on the general.
Look up right
populace.
now. Greatest show of all time. Guarantee most sites will say Breaking Bad.
He's already changed it. Most sites.
Guaranteed top 5 if it's not #1.
Can I just? I don't know if I said this last week,
You can't talk it.
but you know, but
Top picks. I don't know why this is coming up. Twilight.
Yeah,
that's right.
Good
It
TV
even-
show.
It's
Good
even
TV
better
show.
than any other TV show.
Hey,
It
Andrew,
breaks
Yes, sir.
give me
all
that
categories.
USB-C cord. I want to show you guys, speaking of the moon. Don't know if this is real. But I
Yeah.
saw it today, and I'm like, and you will have to blurt some stuff out.
I-
Let me send it to
We
you guys
just did.
first.
We just did that.
That
was cool. So he should be the thrower of mastermind.
There's a fly in here.
Anyway, I was,
Then he can get up and get it.
you know, when I talked about Fargo for like 7 days about it,
Yeah.
I got a text from Alan Thomas, and he goes, "Season 2 is the most widely regarded best season of Fargo ever."
Okay.
And I said, "Hi, how are you? How you doing?"
You just got to get that out of the way. You don't. He doesn't do that.
Okay, I just sent
doesn't.
you guys a video. It's an apparent electrostatic discharge of the moon.
Seen this.
Do you know if it's real?
Nope.
It sure does seem real.
Where'd you send it?
Instagram. Let me know when you got it,
Oh,
it.
I don't get notifications.
and I'll play. You're gonna have to blurt it out because there's some cussing in it.
I'm ready whenever you're ready.
What's a cuss?
I don't know, but we're about to find out. I think. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, can you turn it up, Andrew? Hey, you already
shit.
saw it?
It
Lil.
starts with
It starts
You
with
said
it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, does it start with it?
Yes.
Oh, I started it wrong. Is it
Hey,
on?
can I hear something about it?
Yes.
Turn up that. Hold on.
Should I just start cussing
I'm on.
so we just get the gist of it?
Yeah. Okay.
Let me start it over.
Do a 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh.
I got that.
So moments earlier, it said friends had told me to grab my camera and come outside because the moon was changing colors off and on from green to red.
Why is he breathing so heavy?
Who's got volume on?
I do. Everyone on our street, none of us was ready. I forgot. I didn't say that.
Oh, look this here. What?
What do you think that? Do you think that's real?
I don't think it's real. I mean, lightning can't exist in something like that. Like, couldn't exist in space, could it?
That's not
Well,
lightning,
I-
that's Voldemort.
The hardest part of this fake edit, if you were trying to do it, would be what does the other end of the bolt look like, which they conveniently crop in on. And
Well,
also,
I looked it up because
Okay.
it's called electrostatic. What did it say? Electrostatic discharge or whatever. Oh wait, where was it?
Don't make that noise again.
There we go. Lightest motor.
Speaking of Fargo, real quick, Lily, you were saying it. Lamorne Morris won an Emmy last night.
He deserved it.
Didn't he? So cool.
So cool.
Now we just need a holiday special for New Girl.
This says the moon's surface can become charged due to a number of factors, including solar wind, solar storms, Earth's magnetic tail, what is that? Magnetotail?
Magneto.
Magneto tail?
Yep. Friction. The moon's surface is the most charged at night, and the change it dissipated during the day. When sunlight knocks electrons out of the surface, the moon's surface can become highly charged in some areas, which could pose a risk to astronauts. For example, if the moon's surface becomes charged to thousands of volts, it could cause electrical sparks that burn out electronic equipment.
No, thank you. So it's just a ball of electricity, potentially?
Yeah, that's the world's biggest trampoline.
Dude, why? That'd be so funny. What if why don't we put solar panels on the moon?
You know what? Yeah.
Wouldn't that like energize like crazy?
Well, then how would we get the power back?
Carry it. Carry it, put it in a bucket or something. I don't know.
Get a really long extension cord.
I'm just trying to
I
figure
mean, they're
out
putting
why.
a shade sail out. Golly. I'm
trying to figure out why we need it on the moon though, instead of just.
well, wouldn't you have more
Just
energy?
direct.
Like there would be less.
No clouds, no
Yeah, I
nothing.
mean, it would be stronger, wouldn't it?
I'm just saying.
It
you
may
could
more
put it
concentrated energy.
I mean, once it gets to a place in the stratosphere, atmosphere, or whatever, wouldn't it just keep hovering in spot like the International Space Station? Like you wouldn't need to go to the moon. You just put solar panels somewhere in the middle, floating around the Earth.
Yeah, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying like somewhere they can actually service them or something and go back, because I can't imagine how easy it is to
I think you're onto
capture
something.
There's a bunch of rocks
I'm
and
full
stuff.
of ideas.
I think
dude.
you should go work for NASA.
Send me to the moon, I'll figure it out.
Hey, so the first website that I pulled up, top shows of all time, is rollingstone.com. How do you feel about that source?
Hearsay, she say.
Not great, because they do terrible rankings, but sure, go for it.
I see.
Sopranos.
Soprano, yeah. Top 5 though, right?
Sopranos, Simpsons, and 3 is Baking
Baking-
Bad.
Baking
Baking
Bad.
bread.
Honestly, baking bread.
Welcome back to Baking Bad. It's the new Great British Bake Off.
Yeah.
But they're all really rude.
It's got bad vibes.
What do you mean?
Breaking Bad has bad vibes.
You've watched Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Have you ever watched Game of Thrones?
No.
You see, this is what's wrong with society right now. Is I just showed you a video of a lightning bolt shooting out of the moon. And you guys are like, what's the best TV show? This is our society.
Listen,
This is our culture.
To be honest, people who haven't watched Breaking Bad that criticize Breaking Bad, I get it if you don't want to watch it, but don't criticize something you don't watch.
I've watched the
It makes my blood
first
boil.
full
Even
season.
more than Electrified Moon, okay?
I've watched the whole season. That counts.
Doesn't matter. Does not count.
Thousands of volts, it said.
Yes.
Thousands of volts.
Thousands
of volts shooting out of the moon.
Explains this. Dude, speaking of electrically charged, though,
Yes.
same thought. Do you see that guy who had a Cybertruck and was getting shocked by his Cybertruck by touching it?
Like,
Every
Yes.
time
or
he would
just like, zoom.
It was
He'd plug it-
120 volts.
he'd plug it in to charge it, and then he literally would get shocked, and so he brought out a reader, literally grounds it and everything, points it, and as soon as he plugs it in, 120 volts.
The whole truck.
What is
His
that?
lug nuts.
What is like when
Like an
you
outlet.
put
Yeah.
something into an outlet? That's that.
It
Yeah.
is 120.
It popped the light bulb,
Oh my gosh.
so it's like it's crazy.
I got shocked by an outlet one time.
Cool.
It hurt a lot. So that
When
guy
did you
was
do that?
being a lot of pain. I think I talked about it on the podcast. I stuck a
Yeah.
box cutter in there. It hurts so bad.
One kid did that during class. Our buddy Dusty, he just in the middle of science class, we're all chilling, and then suddenly everyone sees a burst, like explosion happen to our peripheral. We all turn, and Dusty's like, he just been messing around with a paperclip in the outlet, and then suddenly it just went. It just literally blew up the whole wall.
Dude, I plugged in my phone getting out of the shower, and water ran down my arm, and like literally, I like froze and hit the ground.
Oh my gosh.
Dude,
You
so
know
dumb.
what's my mom always told me that if that happened to me, I would die. I would pass away.
No.
I thought I died for about half a second.
That's a healthy fear, though.
Yeah.
yeah.
I saw this CCTV footage one time in a gas station. The guy goes in with his daughter, and they open up a vending one of the drinks doors, and the guy just stands there.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, I've seen that.
And then
yeah, yeah.
instantly, there's like an old man that had been like sitting there reading, and he instantly gets up without hesitation and goes
Donkey
and
kicks him.
drop kicks him right there. So he let goes of the handle. But I'm like, I was like, that's it. First of all, incredible, great
Yeah.
for that guy. But I'm like, that
He
happened
knew.
before.
He knew.
They knew that like, hey,
Oh,
we have
yeah.
a little tricky on the door handle, so just be careful. That's probably why they had him set up there.
Yeah.
It's like drop a kick the new customer.
Yeah, he's probably
Golly,
getting
dude.
paid to do that.
Yeah.
My mom also thinks that if you talk on the phone while you're pumping gas, you will kill everyone at the gas station.
Dude, because there
That
was
is a thing, though.
there
Yeah,
was
they
one
said the
clip
static
There wa-
electricity or whatever.
there was one
like
clip-
the moon.
like the moon. There was this clip, this girl who was pumping her gas, and she was on her phone, and then it explodes, and then everyone's like, "This is why you don't use your phone during." I'm like, and everyone's like, "No, that's not what happens." But it's like
There's a warning.
That
on
one
the thing.
video screwed me up.
There's a warning on the pumps.
Oh,
Says
really?
not to. Yeah.
No way. I thought that was just my mom.
I just see now they're doing screens on the actual nozzles of gas pumps now,
Oh,
like for ads.
no way.
And so you literally put it in there. It's like a little tiny LSD screen.
Dude, these markets.
LSD. LCD.
Yeah.
No!
Oh, speaking of LSD, we gotta not go anywhere.
Hey, kid.
Yeah.
I got a quarter for you,
A whole 25 cents?
but you got to do something for me.
Anything, mister.
Can you promise me one thing?
What is it?
I need you to go to SundayCool.com, and you need to order your mom, your whole family, and the whole village some super soft shirts.
They're all dead.
Doesn't matter.
They died in the fire.
That's because they didn't have super soft shirts from SundayCool.com. Because they didn't know you can go to SundayCool.com. You can order any type of shirt, any type of apparel, hat, sticker. Doesn't matter. If you have a logo, if you have an idea for a logo, we'll create it and we'll put it on stuff so you can wear and you can show off your merch for brand recognition, for churches, for businesses, whatever it may be. So I want you to buy that. Once you take that quarter, I want you to buy some shirts.
You want me to buy the quarter?
I want you. No, I don't want you to buy that. I want you
Oh.
to buy that. What I was telling you about
Right.
the shirts, the hats, the stickers, because
Right?
that's what's important. Not your dead family, okay?
Yeah.
Not the dead villagers that are surrounding you right now. That's not important.
They're surrounding
Sunday
me?
cool shirts.
Gee, mister, that sounds great. I'm going to go buy a whole house with this.
It's literally not what I said to do.
Oh,
I said buy shirts from SundayCool.com. That's what I said.
just really focus on all the people that died in my life.
That's fine. Get over it.
Okay.
You can't move on unless you move on first.
SundayCool.com?
That's what they say. SundayCool.com.
All right, mister, I'll do that.
I want to take you home with me.
Oh my god.
and raise you as my own.
Oh, Papa!
You guys see a picture of that Ocean Gate submarine on the floor now, on the ocean floor?
I thought it was pulverized.
It was not imploded. They got a picture of it.
Are there people in it?
I doubt it. I don't know, but that's a picture they just released. Isn't that nuts? It's full. That's my thing.
Hang on.
Dude, do these billionaires fake their deaths and run away?
That is a conspiracy.
That was my thought.
Wait, that's so crazy.
Weird, right?
That is weird, but you know it's also weird. Question corner with Lily, where the questions are fresh on her mind.
If you could live in any moviescape ever, but you had to live as a villain, which movie would you choose and why?
Oh, that's a good one.
You guys have to go first because I can't think of one yet.
My first thought was Dune. Being a villain in Dune would
No,
be
then
so good.
You're yucky.
Yeah,
yucky
I'm covered in
and
oil
Dune.
and wearing a long dress and floating around.
Ew.
I don't know, man. I don't know why Anastasia and Dune were my first thoughts.
You want to be a
Anastasia, that's not
Russian
the first-
dictator?
Yeah, but then he's like in hell, I think, which is like terrible. So I don't want to be there. Would not like. What do you think? What's yours?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Pick me last.
It's your question.
Yeah, it's your question.
You thought about it.
I don't know.
I would be the aliens in Space Jam.
Ooh, yeah. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
Anything's possible. I don't know who I would be. Best villains in history.
I'd probably be like Twilight or something. The Volturi.
Oh.
Because you get to be an Italian vampire. That's pretty cool.
suck your blood.
All I can think of right now is Lord of the Rings, though, but I don't want to be an orc.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah,
at some-
let's
well,
hear
yeah,
your
yeah.
answers first.
I mean, mine would probably be Dune.
All right.
Honestly, just because I think it's a
Which
cool
bad guy
world.
though?
That's gross, Andy.
The big fat guy.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? He's chilling all the time. He's not doing anything. He's in charge and he gets to relax.
He gets to like bathe in oil.
He's worked really hard his whole life and he gets to bathe in oil all day long.
black tar oil.
What's wrong with that? It's
There's
literally
nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with it.
What about you?
So the Social Network paints a lot of people as villains.
You just wanna
and
be Justin
all
Timberlake?
of them are rich. So one of the villains from that show. You pick.
Who is the villain in The Social Network?
I mean, they paint the
establishment.
They paint the twins as villains,
right,
but really
they're
were
Olympic athletes with a lot of money. So I'll take that.
But also, they were villainized by Jesse Eisenberg.
They had an idea. He knew how to do it. That's the only difference.
Are you justifying thievery?
Listen, you think I have all these ideas? The Jello ocean, the blowing away the hurricane, solar panels on the moon. You think I'm going to do that? No, everyone listening has full permission to take my ideas and run with it. I won't pull a Zuckerberg.
Rings of power.
I probably would.
What? Andrew, stop it.
I'm a diehard Lord of the Rings fan, and I am angry about the whole dang show.
Oh,
I love it.
It's a terrible show.
He's aggro about it.
It's a terrible show.
Like actually.
Yeah, we have 2 episodes left.
Yeah, I'm fully caught up.
It's a terrible.
I
show.
love it.
It's a terrible show.
Are you mad about it because it's like not?
Don't say that.
It's not like authentically
I'd
Lord of the Rings.
Like the first season wasn't authentically, so that's not it. Like there were things that they were taking creative license, and I on a previous podcast said the writers can speak Elvish, so they have liberty to fill in the gaps more than I would be able to critique them.
Liberty.
But the fact that orcs now are like married.
Okay, that's weird. That is weird.
Like, yeah, the fact that like look at the stinking elves. They're supposed to be the most beautiful creatures in the universe, and like they're just the weirdest looking.
Are you calling them ugly?
Yep.
Oh, canceled.
They're not ugly. We did comment on that though, that they don't look.
They don't look like
to be like
elves.
ethereal.
Yeah.
No, but they did have an orc husband and wife and
with
a baby
orc, but they're made out of mud. They're like handcrafted out of the mud.
That's the Urukai.
Oh,
we are created from dirt, so
dust, and we shall return.
Yes.
Are we orcs?
It's so funny.
What'd you like? I mean, there are things to like about it.
I just think it's fun.
It's fun to be back in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It's just hard for me to, or the fight scenes are infuriating.
It's also more graphic than I remember Lord of the Rings being.
Yeah.
I just love listening to you guys talk about this show, which I'm sure is in the top 10 TV shows of all time. It's complaining about, I mean, you look at Breaking Bad, you complain about the yellow. But you guys are over here. It's the yellow. But you guys are complaining about orc babies.
I'm not complaining
and
about
elves being pretty.
I'm not complaining about anything.
The elves are not pretty enough.
It's weird that you're a Christian and you've not watched Lord of the Rings.
Sorry. Until it comes from J.R.R. Tolkien, I don't listen to it.
What do you mean?
Why don't we have him speak to this stuff, you know? Like, why isn't he working on the show?
Yeah, what's he up to nowadays?
Until they bring him on, I'm not watching it.
That's fair.
I'll read his literature, and that is it.
Literature?
Yep.
Andrew, give us a beat.
Butterfly.
Oh! Andrew's got a reel.
Andrew's got to show up
right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Andrew.
All right, we're going to do this a little differently. So we talked about in the beginning of the episode, the horror. I have it because I'm going to play it out of the computer. But I'll pop a picture up so everyone can see what this contraption looks like. But I just want you to hear these sounds. This is a literal box.
Oh, the horror box.
The horror box.
Yeah, okay.
This is so this guy invented. He was like, a guitar is not making scary enough sounds. A piano is like limited. He was like, I need stuff that's like unidentifiably ominous. And so he created this contraption, this machine. He's got pieces of metal. So this is a 3-minute video. I'm going to kind of click through it.
Yeah.
But here you go.
There's the rulers. The reverb tank. The EBO.
That's cool.
A normal instrument, you're playing it and you're expecting it to have a sound that is pleasing. But with an instrument like this, the goal is to just produce sounds that, in this case, are disturbing.
Whoa. Dude, I want one. I'm gonna start waking my kids up with that.
Ew. So stressful.
He starts dating like, so what's your hobby? I made a horror box.
Biggest hits is
What?
Would you like to see it?
Dude, the best part is the guy looks exactly how you would expect
A guy to create a horror
look.
box.
Yeah, he does look like
That's
a horror box
awesome.
maker.
It's probably an instrument he probably thought was gonna he wanted to show his parents. And isn't this beautiful? Yeah, it's really pretty.
Yeah, what do you do if like Ada just starts getting creative and making her own instruments, and you just
gosh.
I'm
hear that coming from?
just gonna buy one for Ada for Christmas.
No, thank you.
That'd be great.
No, thank you. All I could think about was the Swede from Fargo.
Yes.
He scares me a lot.
Dude, what if you
A
heard
man
this?
must get revenge. How does he talk?
I can't remember.
A man
A man.
eats sin.
Yeah.
Dude, he was because he was like a vampire basically. Like he was like because he existed for hundreds of years.
Yeah, that was wild.
Super terrifying. He reminds me of the No Country for Old Men. That kind of demeanor.
Oh yeah.
Harvey
It's
Bardem's
also the
character.
same haircut.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Like a mushroom.
Yeah.
Dude, what if you heard this coming from your crawl space? Well,
Sounds like a ghost pushing in their chair.
It cut out because of compression on the mic. But dude, look at this. There's a possum in a wheel underneath their house. And so this person was hearing this sound go over and over and over again. And they finally had to go down there
That's
with
so scary.
Just getting his steps in.
Speaking of cross space.
I think he said cross space.
Crawl space.
Yeah, crawl space, baby.
Crawl space.
Do you guys think that in crawl spaces,
Yeah. What?
do you think that a lot of mold grows there and we just breathe it in all the time?
Probably.
Yeah. Well, speaking of mold, someone just did a study recently where they dissected hundreds and hundreds of brains of people that had Alzheimer's.
Mold.
100% of them had mold in their brain.
Shut up!
How do you get mold in your brain? From literally like black mold or something?
I don't know. What? But they said like the root cause of Alzheimer's is mold.
Weird.
Does everybody have mold?
Probably.
Ew, 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 ew. Gotta dehumidify my body.
Your bag of bones that you're walking around with is full of moldy bones now.
Moldy bones. Old moldy bones over there.
How many brains have mold?
All of them. Ding.
Oh.
Speaking of moldy brains.
What's the answer, Lou?
There isn't much information about how many brains have mold.
How do you feel about the fact that AI now answers Google questions for you?
I love it.
I do too. They cut to the
What do you mean?
Cut to the chase. It's the first thing that pops up on Google now.
Oh, that okay, got it.
Yeah.
I've been writing. You know the psychologist on TikTok. I can't remember his name.
There's only one.
We see him all the time. We're always talking about his stuff.
The bald guy?
Yes. I didn't know if he was bald. That's why I did this.
Very smart guy.
Dr. Phil.
Thought the name went over your head.
I'm gonna write him a letter with all my questions because he's got over 1 million brain scans he's studied.
Wow.
So number one question: how many of them had mold?
Let's get him on the pod. Check my brain right
he's
now.
He's way too smart for us.
Speaking of mold brain,
Continue.
you guys want to hear a little bit about the Knights Templar?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we've been waiting like 5 months.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of information, so just kidding. I have a little bit of information.
The Knights Templar.
Very interesting group of individuals.
Okay.
They were founded in 1118 AD.
Okay. Explain to me like I'm 5. All these people. So I'm just letting you know.
I mean, that's the year.
Yeah. I'm just saying like all the rest. Don't explain the year like I'm 5. I'm just explain all of this like I'm 5.
So 1118
Yeah.
in Jerusalem they were founded. And what happened was after the Crusades, the West or Europe took over Jerusalem. So they now had authority over Jerusalem, like they owned Jerusalem. And so what happened was the Catholic Church was really pushing like for pilgrimages to go to Jerusalem, the holy city. And if you did that, like, it's like, yeah, you have a better chance of getting into heaven. And so they started doing this, but it's such a far journey that all these pilgrims a lot of them were robbed and killed because they had to bring all their money and stuff with them. And so then the Knights Templar was established. I believe it started off with 8 dudes. And basically from day one to the end, their mantra was like that they were warrior monks. So they took a life of chastity and they lived in humility and poor, but their whole purpose was to protect the people on these pilgrimages.
They're ready to throw hands if they need to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And what's interesting is that the Knights Templar were the ones that first established a central bank, central banking system.
Weird connection.
And so what they did was, so say you're coming from France and you're going all the way to Jerusalem. What you could do is with their bank, you would go give all your money to the bank in France and they would give you a note. And by the time you got to Jerusalem, you could turn in that note and get all your money back. So it was, instead of traveling with all their money and possessions and potentially being robbed and stuff.
Whoa.
Literal banknote.
So it wasn't just like a currency thing. It was literally just trying to protect people and yeah, wow. Okay.
And from the sounds of it, it sounds like it started off with like really good intentions.
Yeah, of course.
But then the Pope got involved in it, and this is where the history gets a little like. Napoleon had this quote of like, whoever is the dictator or whoever writes the history, they're the ones that control the narrative, basically.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
And so if you have like the Pope and all these people on the sides of the Knights Templar, the history is going to be in favor of whatever the Pope says and whatever. But the Pope, he basically was like pumping all these favors towards the Knights and like didn't tax them the 10% to the church. But then they were gifted land, estates, businesses, like their wealth grew hugely within the reign of, it was about 200 years. So 1118, and then they were dissolved in 1312. And the ultimate like downfall of them was they were the wealthiest group or wealthiest society in like the world at that time. They owned all this estate, all this money. And the King of France actually borrowed a ton of money from the Knights Templar to fight the war against England. So he was like in debt to the Knights Templar.
Yeah.
Which this is where it gets a little like, well, then what's the true story? Because the end of it was the Knights Templar was dissolved and they were all killed and murdered because of the stories of them practicing in the dark arts, if you will.
Oh, goodness.
Like Eastern mysticism, all this crazy stuff, having idols, doing really not cool things with other people.
Yeah.
And, but it's just interesting that they were condemned in France by the French king because the French king was in so much debt. And what's the easiest way to get rid of all your debt is to dissolve the
kill the
organization.
People, your debtors. Yeah. I mean, people, you're in debt too.
And so that's where it's just like, well, then what's the true story? Because whatever. But the guy that he was like the leader of the Knights Templar. Oh, what was his name? Farts. I had it.
Reginald.
It was something like.
Is it Hughes de Payens?
It's like something. It's like Gale de something.
Okay.
I forget.
That's all right.
Look up Knights Templar burned at stake.
Oh, he gets burned at the stake.
Yeah, so he was burned at the stake. And the way the story goes is that they confess to all these atrocities that they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
But then the other side is like, well, they would torture them until they would confess. So it's just like, do you want to be tortured for the rest of your life or do you want to confess?
Yeah.
But apparently this man, when he was being, what's his name?
Is it, I don't know how to say Jacques. Jacques de Molay.
Yeah, Jacques de Molay. That's his name. Mole.
Mole, 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 mole.
I'm going to cut off that mole and make some guacamole.
But apparently while being burned at the stake, he cursed the Pope and the King of France and said, you will not live the rest of this year. And then dead.
Gone.
It was like a month later, the Pope died.
Oh my gosh, of what?
I forget.
Suspicious causes?
I don't know. And then at the end of the year, the king died as well. But where I got a little is that we talked about it before, but the Rosicrucians were established in 1313. The Knights Templar was dissolved in 1312.
No way.
Yeah. We talked about this. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But like the Rosicrucians means it's the rosy cross, like the red cross of like what the Knights Templar wore.
Yeah.
But I found a very weird connection with the fact that they were accused of practicing these dark arts, this ancient Egyptian mysticism, which is exactly what the Rosicrucians do, what the Freemasons do, and so on and so on.
Yeah.
What I thought was interesting was, so their symbol was a red cross, but it was 8-sided. So, or 8 points. So like that.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize until researching this that the pyramid is actually 8-sided. The pyramids of Giza, you know?
Okay.
It's not, so like one face, you know, it's like, it's actually inverted like that. So it's 8 sides to the pyramid.
That's not true.
It is true. Look it up, Lil.
Google it
What do you
right
mean
now.
it's not true? I looked it up. It's.
You wanted to Google the mold.
I've seen them in Despicable Me.
They're inflatable.
But what I thought was interesting was the connection, or that cross, that 8-pointed cross, carried throughout just really strange organizations. One being Freemasonry. So there's a Freemason cross, 8-pointed, 8 points. The Nazis, same cross.
Weird.
Nazis.
And the story goes that the Knights Templar were so large that they had actually, hundreds of years before Columbus went to America, the Knights Templar were actually in America. And there's a conspiracy that they were finding ancient relics and bringing them to America to hide them.
That makes sense.
When the Knights Templar was dissolved, all of Europe was basically like, if you're a Knights Templar, you're in prison or you're dead.
Yeah.
The only country that did not do it was Portugal. And to this day, Portugal still has a hub for the Knights Templar. And what's interesting is that Christopher Columbus, I believe, is from Portugal, right?
I thought he was Spain.
Well,
He was contracted by Spain.
He was contracted by Spain, but he originally went to Portugal and he said, I'm going to go discover this new land that people have talked about. In Portugal, the theory is that they're like, why are you doing that? The Knights Templar had already been there.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, well, I'm just going to go to Spain. So he went to Spain and then went. But what's interesting is the sails on Christopher Columbus's ship was the symbol of the Knights Templar.
That is familiar in my head.
And so the theory is that he used those sails going to America because he knew that the natives there would recognize that.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be as much as of a threat.
Yeah. They have friends coming. Weird.
Don't yell at me. But what do you mean the Knights Templar went to America first?
That's a theory. It's a theory.
Told by what?
Multiple people. And they've had discoveries. There's like someone discovered like a tablet in, I want to say it was like Ohio, somewhere in the Midwest, but it was like this old Norse language tablet on this rock that this farmer discovered like in the early 1900s. And they're saying that that could have been one of the Knights Templar writing this stuff down in Norse.
Wow. So the Knights Templar went all the way into Norway and all of that stuff?
Yeah, they're from all over.
pilgrims?
So it's basically like a brotherhood of monks.
From France, though.
The founders were from France, but
Okay.
they ended up coming out from all over the world.
Oh,
so
I see.
like England, Russia, China, like everywhere. I don't think China, but like they're from all over. And so it was like pledging your allegiance to the Knights Templar, choosing a life of chastity, like you're a monk, basically.
Interesting. You did not dwell very long on the crusade thing. So you said the crusades ended and the Knights Templar was born. Is it suspected that a lot of those founders were members of the crusades?
Yeah, they were. I mean, all the originators of the Knights Templar were involved within the crusades.
Okay.
I wouldn't say like they were like the pivotal people, but like they're involved within it. But I don't know where I was going with this fully. There's so much mystery around the Knights Templar, especially with their imagery of like the cross and like how it's carried through the Rosicrucians, the Freemasons, the Nazis, like all these different. Columbus used their same exact thing, like over 300 years later when they were founded. You know,
Yeah.
it's just weird.
It is weird.
It makes you wonder just about the history of America too. Like,
Yeah, for
because
sure.
I mean, it's just not just as simple as one person finding. Like, it's like no, there were people here who knew, who knows who came before, what wasn't written down, what wasn't a part of history, or
Well, who are the founding fathers? Like, because I'm trying to be careful that I'm not just speaking from National Treasure, blending into Wikipedia and spreading a bunch of, whatever. But which founding fathers were actually Freemasons? Do you know that?
All of them.
All of them were?
Yeah.
So, okay.
And
So
George Washington was a Rosicrucian.
So these guys,
Abraham Lincoln too.
Democracy, you have a right to choose your leadership, but all of these people advocating democracy are operating with no one knows the agenda, but they know that the agenda of these organizations is secret.
Mm-hmm.
So you pick, we won't tell you what we belong to.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And that's the thing with like secret societies too, right? Like we can't know everything about it because they're secret, right? And like all their ritualistic, hokey pokey stuff.
I want it, and like even if someone was to come out and to expose stuff, you'd immediately be like, do you actually know what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Or like, and like the person could be trying to like do the right thing, but no one would believe them, especially if some of the extreme, like way out there conspiracies about some of the stuff are actually true.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
It's interesting.
It's terrifying.
Yes.
It's definitely spooky.
I want to be a part of it though.
But apparently there's still a Knights Templar today,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just basically like a sect or kind of like a Freemasonry kind of thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like that in towns where have people be Freemasons, but it's like, but the core of it, the people who are higher up, probably it's a lot different to them.
It's really just a bowling league.
Yeah.
But the Grand Master
Probably.
of the Knights Templar now, I watched this whole interview with him, and he claims that the Knights Templar found technology from Atlantis.
Oh, wow.
And that they were super involved with finding ancient technology from Egypt and stuff like that, and that it was preserved, and it's like soon going to be released to the public of like what all this stuff is.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like when you're talking about how the symbolism was kind of just recycled throughout all of these different groups that we see always at the crux of these shenanigans in the world. It just makes you think of like, one, the phrase like history repeats itself, but also maybe that like evil was using that and started with the Knights Templar and the Crusades, which was such a hideous thing. And like what a lot of atheists use the Crusades as an argument against Christianity,
Yeah.
And then for that to evolve into all of these other really kind of nefarious there's a lot of people that are in Freemasonry that do good in their community and stuff like that, but I also don't think they know what really is going on behind the veil. But
yeah, I know 2 pastors who are Freemasons.
Yeah, my dad's friend Fred is a Mason.
Shout out Fred.
Speaking of Masons,
the number 33,
Walt Disney Club 33.
Have you heard of it?
What?
Uh-oh.
Have you ever heard of this?
No, but I know you guys
Club
said he was
33?
a Rosicrucian. No, what's that?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, have you really never heard of Club 33?
There's like D something. There's like all these different clubs, but no, how would I know?
This is
you're a fan of Disney.
This is something that's created by Disney. That's something they've
It's
built
in Disneyland.
Yeah, in California.
It's like the most exclusive secret club within Disney.
It's
Club
called
33.
Called Club 33, which all the things. First of all, like before we dive into like what it is and what they do, but like to me, like it just seems like such a random thing because like we talk about the 33rd level in Freemasonry, we talk about Jesus being 33 years old when he passed away. It's like there's so much like there's a lot of numerology that comes with the number 33, but like for Disney just to not even come up with something clever and just say Club 33.
What are they doing in this club?
Well,
the
who
elites,
knows?
the lead of the elites. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, did you saw the story of that couple?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there's this couple that had spent so long trying to get into Club 33. They're definitely Disney adults, like through and through.
Okay.
But once you're in the Club 33, you're also paying tens of thousands of dollars a year to be in this club.
It's $35,000 to join plus $15,000 annually.
There you go. And so they were in it, and like you get perks, you get I don't know, like I think they said like 100 tickets to give out to family.
Oh my gosh.
A year, something like that. But
You're gonna ride Walt's car. You're gonna go to his apartment. They pooped in like Walt's toilet. Like
These are a lot of perks.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, not really.
I mean, it's worth it for sure.
We're already talking like a $50,000 investment to be in this.
How many tickets is worth 100? Do the math.
Not $50,000. Anyways, they ended up getting kicked out of the club because the husband
pooped in the toilet.
No, he got intoxicated and fell asleep on a bench in Disneyland.
So they banned him for life.
And so they went to court to sue them. And I think they said they spent over $450,000 in this lawsuit.
Accurate.
And then lost.
Right.
And so they're like, we're going to divulge all the secrets about Club 33.
Do it.
And so I think that's what they're doing now. But they're talking about like it's just weird. Like the celebrities, it's so secretive. They said like Tom Hanks at one point, like you couldn't go into Club 33 because he rented out the whole thing. So like it was only Tom Hanks and his crew in there.
He's spooky.
Dining inside the haunted mansion and stuff like that. Like I'm just like,
get me in.
No.
Hey, that's all you had to say.
Dude, you are a Disney adult.
I'm not. I like this stuff.
Dude,
a Disney adult.
Kelsey told me when they went to Disney last week, no joke, they turned the corner and literally saw the castle, which she'd seen how many times? Hundreds, right? Bawled like a baby.
Shut up. No, I did not.
Was streaming the whole time on her phone and literally just like fell down on her knees praising Walt and crying.
No, did not happen.
Crazy.
Not even close.
It's super sad.
But it's interesting. Connection with the Knights Templar and the Rosicrucians. Walt Disney was a Rosicrucian.
Yeah.
It's not confirmed if he was a Freemason. I actually looked up on the ScottishRite.org, which is that Freemason website.
And Obama's a Rosicrucian.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like all these people that like, I don't know. If I'm going to be in the public eye, my clubs that I pick that are public are going to be very very limited.
Yeah.
And so it's just weird to like have your name on something that has such a incredibly dark past. And not like that it's like apologetic where it's like, oh yeah, that would happen to us. Like, no, it's like there's things that you guys have done that have like ruined people's lives and like people have gone missing and all these weird, crazy stuff. And it's like, I don't know how you justify that.
Boys just can't help but fraternize.
Dude, it's just crazy. And I like
fraternizing.
boys love secret groups like this, but it's like when you just do it for too long.
The Little Rascals.
Boys are going to die, dude. Yeah.
Was the Little Rascals like propaganda for us to join Freemasonry?
Yep. Sandlot. Look what happened to that guy.
She-Man, what is it? The He-Man Woman Hater Club.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That really paved the way for a lot of good, I think.
Yeah, it did.
My dad has been in the Rotary Club for forever. Should we ask him what's going on there?
Oh, yeah.
What is that? Full of a bunch of phones or what?
Yeah.
What's a Rotary Club? That's what just.
Yeah.
I started to
breaking
make a
records.
sound. I was like, I don't know what to do there. Hey, you guys want to hear a Napoleon quote that I looked up trying to find the Napoleon quote?
Yeah.
But it's not that quote. It's still a creepy quote. History is a set of lies agreed upon.
Oh, that is ominous.
Isn't that like
And it's like
heavy?
Napoleon said that back in the day. It's like, and back then it was so easy to write history and ignore certain things.
A set
Why?
of lies agreed upon.
That made me think, talking about the Knights and their banking system and Napoleon, I want to do a deep dive into the Rothschilds.
Yeah, dude, we have to.
Don't, you're going to get got.
It's interesting with Napoleon, though. Like, they're one of the main reasons Napoleon lost the war is because of the Rothschilds.
Even back then, they were
They've been-
moving and shaking?
Oh, yeah, dude. It's wild stuff. Like, the father who started the whole central banking system, we can dive more into it later, but he had all these sons and placed them in each country in Europe to establish the bank in all these countries. And so when it came to funding wars, they were always funding war, and that was their most profitable thing, was funding war, because then you get interest back from it, whatever. But they played it out to where they saw Napoleon could potentially lose, and so they stopped funding him a little bit and then funded England way more, basically dictating who's going to win the war. And they said that the Rothschilds were so involved with the war and like the politics of the world that Mr. Rothschild knew that France had surrendered before the King of England knew.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah. So they're like all up in it.
No one does that anymore, though.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Definitely
we're
not,
definitely in a very truthful.
Fair, democratic.
Yeah.
The people first.
The banks are not taking advantage of us.
Level playing field.
Yes. And that's what I love about this society.
Yep. North America. Was she? What king was that that we were just talking about? Was it King John?
With the Rothschilds?
Yeah.
No.
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 Makes me wonder if Kamala Harris is related to King John.
Why do you say that?
Because isn't that the king that's all the presidents are related to?
No, not King John. What was the king though?
Oh my gosh! Wait, let's Google.
Yeah, that's actually very interesting.
Makes me wonder.
It's weird that you bring that up because I was for 1 minute when you guys were talking, I was thinking about that, and we need a statistician. Is that what you call a statistics person?
Oh,
a statistician.
No, it's not. But you go ahead.
To do the math on the likelihood of every single American president coming from that bloodline. Because I know there's a significant amount of people in America that are descendants of that person. But what are the statistics?
Probably
the
high because
probability.
Kamala, her genealogy that goes to Jamaica, the fathers of those women or the husbands and stuff were all from England.
Oh, okay.
So it
How do you know that?
I went down a rabbit trail one day. I literally looked at her whole family tree one day.
Oh my god.
Very interesting stuff.
I'm in love with her.
Is it because everybody's like, she's a Marxist, which is a huge accusation.
Well, her father was apparently a professor of Marxism.
Like an advocate on
an
his campus.
advocate for it, or he was just teaching the history of it?
I think an advocate. I don't know.
If being an advocate for Marxism is wrong, lock me up, dude. No, just take me away.
Oh, goodness.
All right, this is the last thing I have.
If you ask me, Andy, describe Marxism, there's no way I could even muster up an explanation.
Let's do a Boulder Dash thing.
A Boulder Dash? What do you mean?
Have you never played the game Boulder Dash?
I have not.
Dude, you would love it.
Indiana Jones has, though.
It's a like
Dash
you get
away from Boulder.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that was actually really good.
Thanks.
You just come up with that?
Yeah.
That's a good Boulder Dash answer.
I actually wrote down, I'm like, if she makes a Boulder Dash joke.
You get a card with like a prompt, like a subject or something,
Uh-huh.
or like a question, and you have to answer the question with like confidence, come up with like a really unique
And they have to
answer.
figure out if it's a lie or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everybody
I
has to
love
vote
that.
on which one
I don't
is
know
the
why
truth.
I've never played
It
that.
is
Yeah.
really
We should
fun.
play it as a
Yeah.
friend. Let's play it when we go to North Carolina.
North Carolina. Are we doing a podcast there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
do it.
I sent some really cool spots. You guys need to pick one. What is your Boulder Dash answer for Marxism? What is Marxism?
Well, I actually know what it is.
Okay.
If you're like,
Yeah.
if we want to play the game.
Yeah,
tell
go
us.
ahead.
I mean, I don't want to play the game because I know the actual answer.
All right, tell us.
Marxism actually originates from like, I think it was like the 1600s in Scotland or something, because like back in the day, like one of their main like sports or spectator things was like literally shooting arrows, and you know you had to be a good Marxist
Oh, okay.
to like a marksman, you know,
Yeah.
to really nail it. And one person that really was good, his name was Mark, and he always hit the mark. And he was just the point like we're like, dude, he's just like a Marxist, man. Like Marley, man, he's like, dude, he's like best at making these marks and stuff. And so everyone wanted just to start like having like a fan club. There was like a fan club happening, groupies,
Yeah.
all these things every time he traveled. So follow me. I don't know how Scotland people talk, but
That was close,
and then they would call them the groups of the Marks and the Markies, and then it got down to the Marxism
Marxists. Okay.
because they truly believed in like it was almost like a cult following kind of thing. So
Yeah.
they just named it Marxism, and it kind of just got out of hand from there on. But most of the time, if you're practicing Marxism, all I believe is you're shooting arrows with a Scottish accent.
Oh.
I believe that's what it means to practice Marxism. So,
You're
that's
exactly
very-
right.
yeah.
You're exactly right.
Very good. That's exactly how it went.
I hope YouTube mislabels us for misinformation because of that monologue.
We just lost our YouTube channel because of it.
Do you guys want to talk briefly about the potential of Jesus coming back?
Yeah.
Please. Any good news?
Please. Anything. So this podcast comes out this Friday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it will be actually September 24th through the 30th.
It's a Tuesday.
Wait. Yes. And it's the UN General Debate.
Okay.
And what they are discussing, I'll just read it from their website. The general debate of the 79th session of the General Assembly will open on Tuesday, the 24th of September, and conclude on Monday, 30th of September, 2024. The theme for the general debate of the 79th session of the General Assembly is, quote, leaving no one behind, acting together for the advancement of peace, sustainable development, and human dignity for present and future generations.
Oh,
Thanks, guys.
sounds
So
lovely.
they're going to have it figured out.
Yeah, talks about peace, right? Let's all come together.
Yeah.
Peace and harmony.
Why not, dude?
Let me read you a verse from 1 Thessalonians 5,
Oh gosh.
1 through 3.
Okay.
Now, brothers and sisters, about times and dates we do not need to write to you, for you know very well that the day of the Lord will come like a thief in the night. While people are saying, quote, peace and safety, end quote, destruction will come on them suddenly. The labor pains on a pregnant woman, I messed that up. I typed it wrong. Like the labor pains on a pregnant woman, and they will not escape. So if we know about what's happening in this world, chaos. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff with Israel.
Yeah.
Talks of red heifer, third temple, rumors of wars, earthquakes, famines. I mean, we're kind of living in it. Yeah. We're talking about the United Nations coming together and discussing what are we going to do to bring in peace.
Yeah. Let's bring an epidural to this Earth's pain.
Yes.
Labor pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it kind of just seems like we're living up
So
to prophecy.
who's in this meeting? Like, is it every
United Nations.
Yeah, United Nations officials.
Everyone.
The planet.
and it happens
Andy.
every year?
This is the 79th
Okay.
assembly of
Weird.
it. Yeah. So probably
Interesting.
since its conception. Yeah. Because I think the UN was established 80 plus years ago.
Now, who's in the UN?
A lot of
Every nation.
Basically everything.
Not
Everything in the
every
world.
nation, it, like
That's
No,
what I'm
every
saying.
nation.
Russia.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
that's cool.
United Nations.
Okay.
It's not NATO. NATO is that exclusive group.
True.
United Nations is every single country in the world.
And NAFTA is Canada and Mexico.
Yeah.
Do we still do that?
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
I think Trump did something about that.
NAFTA.
Oh, this is weird. It says every recognized country in the world is a member of the UN. There are 193 total member states in the UN, along with 2 non-member observers, the Holy See, the government of the Catholic Church based in Vatican City, and the state of Palestine.
Oh.
We got the Vati represented?
That's actually very interesting.
What?
Well, because the Vatican technically is its own sovereignty.
Yeah.
Like it's its own country.
Yeah.
It's like the Washington, D.C.
And
of Europe.
Palestine?
Yeah, well, because
True.
Palestine
Yeah,
is not.
but yeah,
yeah.
Just more holier.
and Washington,
US.
D.C.
White House.
I still don't
Oh,
under-
DC was
no,
in
I'm
it?
kidding.
Oh.
I just still don't understand.
Very interesting.
I just thought it was.
Dude.
I mean, it seems like things are.
There's no update on the heifer. I googled.
Yeah.
Will they tell us even? Probably not, right? I mean, we'll know because they'll go to war probably.
Well,
with-
though, I listened to this one interview, and this guy's like, I think they're at the point now with the exposure that they've gotten from the red heifer, like announcing it, and October 6th and all that stuff that happened, that they will potentially do it in secret.
Yeah. I mean, but then they're going to demolish a sacred temple,
Well,
which
we
will
don't
be
know
very
that.
public, right? That's the
Well-
whole point, isn't it?
Well, they won't. I mean, it's just the preparations would be the red heifer sacrifice.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to happen close together? Like they're going to sanitize the tools?
I think it would be the way things are escalating. I think it could be soon.
Let's go. Let's go.
Anyways.
Very fun. I wish I could be at the United Nations meeting.
Oh, I have one more thing.
Hit me.
I know this is long, but this is a good one.
What is it?
Okay. Chinese scientists have this LiDAR kind of thing. And I don't know, it's not called LiDAR. It's an instrument that they use that shoots out like 6,000 miles to observe and collect data from electric, magnetic, whatever. And what they discovered recently that was over the Great Pyramids, there's what they called plasma bubbles.
Plasma bubbles? What does that mean? It's a fun thing to say.
Yeah, so basically this plasma bubble, it's a pretty, I wouldn't say rare, but it's rare for it to be so close to Earth. It typically happens, like I think they said 20 to 400 miles above Earth's surface. And it's when the solar winds and electromagnetic pulses from the sun interact with our atmosphere, and it creates these invisible to us, but these plasma bubbles, which basically can screw up all electric instruments.
And they're just hovering. They're just like stagnant.
So they observed it. They said along the equator is when it's most visible, or when they're the biggest. Mm-hmm. But they said that literally like on the pyramids, there's just these giant plasmic bubbles just going out.
What does that even mean?
And they said that if this powerful wave encounters a bubble, which can sometimes grow to a couple 100 miles in diameter, the wave reflects and is then received by a suite of transceiver antennas. I don't understand any of that.
So what causes it?
It's just the I thought I explained it, but
it's just a natural occurring thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, would it indicate that those were in fact and are still generating like electricity or something?
Yes, that's basically what I'm getting to, is that there could be something to this whole Tesla power plant kind of thing with the pyramids, because the Chinese were basically like, this is super weird that it's like typically it's super high in the air, but they're like on the pyramids, it's just like, whoa, like it's transferring this really plasma electric bubble.
It's not just a coincidence.
It doesn't seem like it.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way. That's so strange, man.
Do you think there are countries out there that says, stop measuring my waves?
Well, the thing
is... Get off my plasma!
China, these scientists were so weirded out by it because apparently this technology that they have is used to observe and spy on military craft and stuff.
Yeah, how'd I know?
So they're using it, but then they picked up on these plasma bubbles above the pyramids and are like, we should talk about this with everyone else because we don't understand it.
And then everyone else is like, so you've been spying?
Yeah, so, okay.
Wait a minute.
Time out. Let's back up. You're spying on us. Yes, but bubbles.
But here's the thing.
Yeah, so that's all I got.
Wow, that's weird.
Plasma bubbles.
It's like some guy be like, hey, by the way, there's spiders in your shower. Thank you.
Thank you.
But how? How did you get this information?
Oh.
That's scary. Dude, the pyramids are weird. I don't understand. Like, I'm dumb. Don't know anything about them. Never researched anything
They're
about them.
eight-sided.
But it's weird. They're eight-sided. I learned that today. I bet a lot of people don't know that, so in your face.
Yeah.
But, like, why build something like that shape? Like, everyone in history, like, I mean, when they're building something that's really intricate, like, they definitely have pyramids, but, like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. And so it makes sense that, like, if it was something truly to create or build energy.
Isn't it crazy how quickly information, like, changes, though, too? Because when I was a kid, they were like, they're tombs.
Yeah.
They're really elaborate tombs.
Yeah. Well, they still hold on to that, the Egyptologists and stuff.
I'm sorry, but there's just no way.
No.
For a tomb?
No.
No one's that important. I mean, golly, even Jesus left his tomb. Like, it's just like, not a big deal, dude.
Oh, he's still alive.
Yes, baby. Yes.
My whole take is the size of the head. Like, if they can be that precise building that structure and then the size of the Sphinx or whatever, it's just like, well, that doesn't math.
Oh, because they stumbled upon it.
Yep.
And they changed the head.
Pre-existing.
Really quick, you want to know what a plasma bubble is? Because I just read it and don't understand it.
I mean, I know what it is, but you go ahead.
Yeah, plasma bubbles form after dark when the sun stops ionizing the ionosphere. The ions recombine, forming a low-density layer. The layer can rise through the more ionized layers above via convection, which makes a plasma bubble. The bubbles are turbulent with irregular edges.
That's basically what I said.
That's a great Boulder Dash answer. His phone's just blank. That would be, no one would have ever questioned that.
Bubbles don't have edges.
First of all.
How do you know?
Yeah, how do you know?
They're round.
You can have round edges.
I'd do the SpongeBob thing.
Can you?
I mean, literally on Photoshop, you can say it's a round edge.
Oh.
It's called round edge. Would you like your To edge your round?
Rounded.
Do
No, I
round
thought
edge?
edges had to be sharp.
Nope.
Is this an
Only
You know
me,
where
baby.
we can discuss edges further?
Dude, please tell me. I have to keep talking about edges.
Patreon.com/ninjas or butterflies, where we're going to do another half episode.
Yeah, baby.
I'm gonna give a little update on the Shroud of Turin.
Tune in.
No, Turin.
He pre-
Turin.
Believe me, he got roasted
Tune in.
the whole time because we uploaded the clip.
Yeah,
and
because you
everyone's like, "It
corrected me.
shouldn't."
You corrected me. You said tune in. I said, oh, tune in.
I've never even heard of it in my life.
Then
How
why are
would I
you
know how to
correcting
correct-
me? Why are you
Good
correcting
point.
me?
Good point. Good answer.
Turin.
Good answer.
Turin.
And you made him look like an idiot. Millions of people.
Millions of people will. Made me cry.
Not once has he messed up one pronunciation on this podcast until this moment.
I've never messed up on a word, and you made me.
Especially when we talked about the Gobekli Tepe.
The Gobekli Tepe.
The Gobekli Tepe. You sound like fat off of House of Powers.
You can't say that word.
I mean, we've said. Oh, golly, what did I say? Oh my gosh, I didn't mean to say that.
Should I just bleep it?
Yeah.
Everyone knows what I'm talking about if they've seen
The fat guy from Austin Powers.
Yes. I don't know. See, there's something in my mind that like always thought coward was a bad word.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I've got those minds. The fat coward.
There you go.
From Austin Powers.
Make sure to give us a review.
Yes.
We'll talk about it on Patreon. There's a review that I want to read.
Yeah, okay. And make sure if you need to go get shirts, not only just for the podcast, you can go to SundayCoolSwag.com, get all your Sunday Cool merch there. But if you want to buy personalized custom merch, go to SundayCool.com. We'll print them for you. We'll take care of them for you. We will ship them to you right from our beautiful home in this building.
With a kiss like this in your box.
Every shirt.
Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube.
Please.
Maybe give it a like, give it a comment. Tell me what you want us to talk about. What should we talk about? Because right when you think you're coming to the end of discovering new things, more things come. And they only come from people like you.
You could change the world. You could change this podcast.
You could.
You could change lives.
You should.
It's your responsibility.
It is.
Not only is this an opportunity for you, but it's your calling.
It's your calling.
It's your purpose.
It's your purpose.
To make this podcast as big and beautiful as you want it to be.
Yes.
Okay, wrap it up. Wrap it up.
What is the problem?
Okay, love you guys. We'll see you on Patreon.
Did I say ninja? I meant butterfly. The butterfly is no doubt one of God's most beautiful creations.
I said empty your mind.
You learn martial arts! Ninjas are dead!
I was about to start singing. What is her deal?
Why have you...
Hey,